Who's Ryan? Jellison. Okay. We want to see a B Fred. B Fred is currently at 4-2. He is up against Phil Asen. Phil was just on 2. It's going to be hard for us to get people that haven't been on yet. So it looks like we have someone picked. We've got to bring him before me in a hidden base matchup. I am not sure who it is yet. Let's.
So one is Corey Lauer.
Okay, we got Corey.
I don't know which side or anything.
Can you find out?
They're all setting up right now still.
Corey Lauer. Actually, I got it, Dan. Hang on a sec. Corey Lauer is dark. Corey Lauer is light.
Corey Lauer and Matt Scott.
All right, so Matt Scott is dark.
We got to deal with the. So we got more offensive shields.
I wittingly gave you guys a terrible game. I'm sorry.
It's not.
Consider it your break.
Okay.
Oh
wow.
Let's see here.
You might want to find somebody else. We've got like.
A lot of people.
So they're both playing offensive shields. Like their shields are doing that static. Yeah. Both of them.
All right, so yeah.
I'll get Werfson.
You're fine. You're fine.
Wait, do you want me to switch? I will.
No, we're good. We're good.
No, I'm happy to.
Okay. Do it.
Do what you need to do.
Do you want a game that's going to be hidden base versus bring before me, or do you want like an EOS watch your step?
Yeah, pick a good matchup for us, I think. So, all right. So, Hayes is going to go try to find a better actual matchup, and especially since both of these sleeves are being blurred.
Yeah.
He's going to pick a good one. Bane Slater will let you know.
I think he said that we might be picking Chris Worfs and
Who's worse playing?
not sure.
Vic Bali.
Oh,
So
that'd be fun.
they're both
I think
4
it's,
and 2.
Yeah, and I think that it's a watch your step versus EOPS,
Okay.
which we had one of those before, but
Yeah. So, okay, we're going to fix the names on there for you. Who is the creep? Mute the creep. I don't know what that means. They, as you can see, they have cleaned up, and we are getting someone new. Dan, if you could find out who we're getting and what side they are.
yes,
Yeah.
we have. It's an issue with the sleeves and the camera. We're not exactly sure, but now we
So
have
we've-
Chris Worfs playing light side, and let me see. So it's going to be Chris Worfs versus Vikram Bali.
Those are fine, right?
Let's see. No, they're both bad again.
Oh
but
God, yeah.
we can't do anything about it. So we've got some more blurry sleeves. Do they have images on them?
No.
No, they're just solid
They
color
are
sleeves.
solid color.
That's really weird. Well, don't make the move again.
I'm not.
So this is an Endor Ops versus a Watch Your Step matchup, so it should be pretty good.
Have you guys not had this match yet?
Dan, have you had this earlier? I haven't seen it.
No,
This is indicative of the meta.
You saying it is? Or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of both of these.
yeah. There's a ton
So
of
this is-
EOPS.
there's value in this
All right.
game.
So, yeah, we're keeping this one. This is good.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, they're both 4 and 2, so this is good. All right, so I'll have to pull up the deck list now in a second as well. And Werf's starting like my father. He's got a Luke in his hand. I'll have to.
That's a good opening hand for Mr. Worfs. But it looks like Vic is starting with the any methods necessary start for the EOPS. So he's going to have first turn. Oh, okay. So Werfs actually has 2 Lukes, a Hojings combo.
Here we can see the
But-
hand of Vic right here.
Yeah, but Vic started with the any messes necessary, so he's got the security tower, he's got the slave one, he's got the FET, and it looks like he's got the force lightning as well. So right there, you can see him going to space, and so Vic just plays the masterful move to get out of Gick or a Monarch. Oh no, he goes out and gets a Jarek Hollow table. That's an interesting pool. This was just the matchups that were set by the tournament director.
That's me and BBQ7. Both of these guys are 4-2 and definitely in the mix to make day 3.
And
Yeah, Grady,
And-
that's a good point. We are going to try to look at the standings for next game and
Yeah.
see how things are going.
So both
Right
these
now-
players are they're number 14 and 15 in the standings. So it's a potential.
Yeah, one of these guys is going to be playing
Yeah.
for day 3 next game
Yes.
because they're going to be 5-2, and 6-2 will probably get you in.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to see one of these guys have a good chance of playing tomorrow as well.
So right now, like Joe Olson is playing. He's 6-0. He's pretty much set. So, I mean, he's just playing for standings. A lot of the people right now are just strictly playing for standings based on their strength of schedule. Like, our highest strength of schedule right now is Tom Haid with 50. Outside of that, we have Joel Olson with 48, Greg Shaw 46, Ryan Jelson 45. So, but as for Endor Ops, there's just a lot of people playing it. It's not that we're trying to show a lot of Endor Ops. It's just there are people who are just playing the deck. It's a lot more popular than Court. There's very few Courts actually being played today.
Yeah, I actually, people were concerned about Court yesterday. I was talking to some people before day 1 or after day 1, and they were concerned about Court showing up a lot, and it kind of pushed a lot of people off of Diplo. I know, because Diplo is a tough matchup against it, but I haven't seen anyone play Court today.
I think I've seen a few people play it, but I honestly don't remember exactly who played them. So,
Yeah, and I still am looking for Werf's deck list. So if you can keep an eye on the game, Dan, while I'm looking.
I think Harpster's playing the same deck.
I can't go by that. So
So we got Vic. He's already did his Endor Shield pools. Yeah, he's got the Admiral. He's got the Grin Admiral Thrawn. I can't tell if it's V or non, but he's also pulled the Ominous Rumors. So
he's got a non-V Thrawn in here. We have
Oh,
Vic's
that's
deck
interesting.
list.
So just by looking at Vic's, Endor. So he is running the Slave One, the Executor, and the Emperor's Shuttle. So. I think tomorrow we might actually see a lot more Courts just because it's day 3 and Court is by far one of the better, if not the best, dark side deck right now.
So didn't you guys get enough of Court at Nationals? That was like every single feature match at Nationals was Court, I think.
True.
So I think it's kind of a nice change of pace that we haven't seen it today.
So. Would you like to join us?
Sure, why not?
Okay,
Guest
now we currently have
commentator.
Jedi Jer. Jeremy is going to be joining us for the third member of the team right now.
Is this on?
I think that one is.
Now it is.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So Jeremy's, you dropped it seems?
Yeah, I dropped after game 5.
After game 5, good. All right, you stuck it out one more game.
I did stick it out one more game,
Good.
and it was a close game. I actually blew up the bunker.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was a close game. I over deployed, over committed to Endor, and I was playing against the Dark Deal First Order. So,
Who played that?
I can't even remember who it was.
I know Johnny Chu brought that out, which is actually a
Right.
surprise because, like, it was funny. I'm talking to him yesterday, going into, actually on our way from the airport to here, and he's like, I don't know what I want to play, and we're talking about how Dark Deal really the Dark Deal he had was strictly made before the meta when Jin came out.
Yeah.
So he had nothing to deal with like the undercover spies. So I really didn't see a lot of like pretty much anything in the deck that was going to stop them. I don't remember seeing a Krennic. I don't remember seeing a sniper combo. So
Yeah.
which is a little interesting.
So yeah, it was one of the local one of the little kids. I can't remember who.
Okay.
Who was it? Adam? No. Was it Adam Shellberg?
So, but not a lot of action. We've seen that Worfs went out and got the farm, and Vikram's just setting up his stuff. Okay, so he did pull the Ozzel.
I think it was Andrew. That's what I played.
But I mean, outside of that, we have not really seen a lot of deployments or anything.
Forlom's at the prison,
Oh,
so
okay,
he can start cycling
okay.
cards. So he any methods for Forlom, is that right? Not for Boba Fett?
Yes.
Okay, so usually we've seen Boba Fett in Slave 1 with any methods today, but this is a little bit different, going for the card cycling
Well,
instead.
actually, no. He did have the Boba Fett and the Slave 1 in his opening hand.
Okay, so maybe he just
So-
got dealt with the...
Yeah. So I think he's just going to wait and see what Worf has for a space package. But looking at his list, he doesn't look like he has a lot.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier too, and Watch Your Step nowadays really only plays three
Those
ships.
3 ships.
Generally it's Pulsar, Skate, Outrider, and Falcon. We can look to see if there's any more in there right now, but I'm not seeing
Yeah.
much.
Well, I see the Pulsar Skate. I see the he's got the Captain Han Solo, so he's got the Falcon. He's got the Outrider. That's an interesting card right there. He's got the Choke. Maybe
Choke is the one that
maybe
can
he's like, fearful of the court.
Cancel a unique aliens game text during your control phase.
Yeah.
So, or maybe it's any control phase. I mean, it's useful against a lot of things. You know, it's kind of like a weaker demotion, but it works on aliens instead of Imperials.
Yeah.
It has its uses. I mean, if you're, I could see you using that against Amara Jade if you don't want her to swing for a turn. Dr. E if you don't want him to operate. Boba Fett in space if you're going to battle him and you can't upload a card or out of Battle Destiny.
Yeah. and
So
that
there's
right
a lot
there-
of uses for it, but
that
it's
right
more
there is
limited.
a card that, especially in a deck like this where you're running a very limited space package, you really, really do not want to run up against, because that Boba Fett is kind of impressive right now. How did design let that card go through?
Boba Fett's a great card. He's a very strong card.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he's a little too strong.
No, I don't think
No.
Boba Fett is. I think that you could make the argument about some other cards that have come out in the last year or so, but I don't think
True.
Boba Fett's one. I think Boba Fett is a pretty good card. He's good enough that you don't want to play Boba Fett Bounty Hunter over him, but really he's got one shot at the exchange.
At the exchange, yeah.
And he adds a destiny in space, which is no different than a lot of things do. I think he's a strong card that encourages good decision making.
Definitely.
Okay.
And I've seen players decide, like, I don't want to use his game text this battle. I want to wait for it for a better time.
True.
There's things like that. I don't think he's an overpowered card.
No.
So it looks like that Worfs is making a pool. He's showing the Luke Saber, which is a little interesting because he doesn't have Luke on table yet. And
Well, he must.
he does have the Luke in his hand.
He probably just searched for something else, and then he's just
When he's in
pulling it
there,
out.
pull out Luke. He's probably going to
Makes sense.
deploy Luke from his hand.
Is this his second turn, or
I believe
I
so.
think it must be?
And just, I'm always impressed watching Worfs play. Like, just, it's just fun. He's entertaining to watch. He's definitely and it just amazing just how dexterous he is.
Yeah.
He's extremely methodical. Like
Yeah, that too. Like, he's,
So there's Luke.
there's
okay.
Luke.
So he was just pointing out convenience. He's going to go to the Cantina for 6. What did he start other than... Is it standard squadron assignments? I must be able to speak and like my father. Okay, so...
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's extremely standard right now. Yeah,
Seeing another masterful move combo this time. Possibly getting the Phantom Menace.
does he play the Phantom? Yeah, he does play. He plays 2
Yeah,
Phantom
he has
Menaces.
2.
He's taking the gig.
So so maybe he's thinking about coming down with something against Luke.
to block the drain, if anything, yeah.
But he still has to come down. He has to do something to get the Endor, his flip going.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's pressured too much. I mean, he's
No.
sure he might take a drain of 3, but he's got a lot of cards in his hand. It looks like.
Yeah. Looks like our friendly neighborhood
Yeah, I was
Queso
on
is
the
here.
phone with the wife and all that, getting a drink. So
Well, you've been replaced.
Yeah.
that's cool, man.
Queso, sorry.
Jeremy's great.
Yeah.
Volunteer award winner.
Oh.
Yeah, we already went over that.
Looking at Vic's hand,
Been there, done
he's
that.
got
Old
the
news. Thanks.
so Vic's got the Emperor. He's got
We go inside,
Maul.
check out the-
Yeah.
He's got, and it looks like he's got Choke Vader down in his hand as well. Count Dooku.
Was that Thrawn in there that I saw?
Yeah, he's got the Thrawn. He's got Nobusuke, Ozzel, and I can't tell what that last interrupt is. Is it a Force Lightning?
I don't know.
Okay, so
It's a pretty big turn for Werfs. He's going to go to space and to the Cantina. I wonder if he's got any kind of evasion at all in his hand, like a barrier or something like that, to ensure that he keeps the sight in the system this turn.
well, he does play the moving into attack position. He's got looks like 2, maybe 3 all wings combos. He does play the Luke, so he does play Run Luke Run. That's another thing we've seen. Wow, that's interesting. He runs the Crash Site Memorial as well.
Okay, for the Saber, yeah. All right, so he's going to save another 1 in Force, it looks like.
Well,
And
who
he's
did
got-
he throw down with the Han?
Yeah, I didn't see who he threw down with Han.
Is
It
it
might have
Merrick,
been,
Merrick Streck?
might be
Could be
Mirax.
Mirax, yeah. Alien for sure, but
Yeah. Looks like a Destiny 2 or 3.
That's an expensive turn. I mean, he spent 15 probably to lay those guys out.
Yeah.
So he saved a few from the first turn. Still has a pretty good sized hand.
And
Not flipped
he's
yet,
got a
though.
lot of the interrupts. It looks like he's got
Can't
one,
tell.
he's got an effect in his hand as well. Might be Menace Fades, which is that's a card that I know Chris Worf used against Johnny Chu earlier today with his Diplo versus that
Chris Westergaard.
or Chris Westgard, sorry.
Luke Ellis. Concentration.
He's running a lot of like niche cards, but that we normally don't see, such as like the Gift of the Mentor.
What is that?
Nabrin.
Oh, okay.
He's running the What Chance Do We Have as well.
Jedi's concentration. That's an interesting.
Yeah.
That's
interesting
another way to
choice.
keep Luke alive against Maul.
True.
So it's
So,
pretty good.
Yeah.
according to our chat, it's Talon Karad.
Okay.
Talon Karad.
Talon card.
Talon Karad. Okay. So it looks like Vic's just forloming. I mean, I think he's trying to stockpile his hand to go against Luke, or does he play any?
He's got at least
Uh,
14 in his Force, so he's going to do something this turn.
Yeah.
You can see he's got some nouns in his hand.
And I'm not seeing him that he plays any force fields.
No Force Field?
Yeah.
Nope. Doesn't look like it.
So unless he has like the lone close call, he's got very few answers to go up against Luke.
Well, I don't think he necessarily has to go straight to Luke. I mean,
True. I mean,
he's
he does
taken
have-
3 there, but
He does have the I Have You Now in his deck.
he's got them all strikes if he ever
And
Yeah.
yeah, Maul
feels the
strikes.
need.
The Sith Fury
I mean, the Maul Strikes is good
is
for the
good,
dueling,
definitely.
but if Worfs has his Jedi's concentration,
Yeah. There
okay,
comes.
so there's the Maul.
And we don't think he found his Phantom Menace.
No.
No.
So we know he passed one up for a masterful move earlier, but he may have had the other one in his hand.
Yeah, because he used one of the masterful moves to get his hollow table out.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
So Marines is asking, Lenny beat Charlie last game by a pretty sizable margin. All right, so we do see the concentration play during the battle. That'll ensure that Luke survives, more than likely. Unless, yeah, it's possible
Unless he's
that
got
Vic draws his Phantom Menace for Battle Destiny, but
You're
that's
not recording.
pretty unlikely. Alright, so not much happening here if neither of them can swing.
Force
So,
push.
draws the force push for.
I think he had it in his hand.
Is he playing it
so
to
he's
exclude?
excluding?
That's interesting.
That's an interesting move because he threw down the wall. He battles. I mean, yeah, Worf's plays the Jedi's concentration so that he can, like, nobody can be targeted by a lightsaber. So I guess it's. I guess it's a smart move because now he doesn't want to lose his maul.
Hmm.
So I think he's like taking into consideration that next turn, unless Luke moves.
I mean, he has a Gick, but he's going to burn it next turn
Yeah.
because Chris is going to come down with probably 2 smugglers.
Well, even that, but what I'm saying is he can at least swing. Still, he can now swing at Luke next turn.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible Worf has another answer. I mean, he's going to get his concentration back eventually. It's a used interrupt. So I don't know if I like playing the force push like that.
No,
Kind of
I mean,
burning it on your own battle just to get out of a bad situation. Like, if you're Vic, you have to expect that Chris has something for the lightsaber. If it's
Yeah.
like a, I don't know, like
And that's
a
another
blaster
thing.
deflect or a
Well, that's what I'm
dodge.
saying. He does play the dodge, but I'm not seeing blaster deflect. And as for the commentary, it's myself, Dan Tartaglione, D Tartag1 on the forums, Jeremy
Jedi Jer.
Gardner.
Gardner, sorry, Jedi Jer on the forums, and Matt Crewley.
Quick
Quick
draw
draw.
3, 4, 5, 7.
That's right.
Why 3, 4, 5, 7?
I just pick numbers.
Of all the numbers you
Like
picked,
Ryan Jellison, sack numbers. It's like, what numbers are these? I don't know.
They actually do mean something.
I think there is zip code.
No, it was like some. It was when he was in school. It was like his like some number, like student ID number or something that was randomly assigned to him.
Student
So,
ID numbers are very meaningful, very important.
Yeah, they're easy to remember. 'Cause you use them all the time when you're in school. So
so Worf's is activating.
So some in commentary or in the chat are saying that this game is over already. I'm not sure who you think won the game already, because once Endor Ops flips, Watch Your Steps getting 1 Destiny on the ground in space. Worf's definitely has an early advantage here, but
What?
They both decided that losing force is not a good idea.
Well, I mean, Vic's thrown away his own cards, so.
What do people say about this? Like, is it like killing them, or?
I don't think so.
People don't care?
No, it's more.
It's annoying, but I don't think the weird
I wonder why it's
reflection is doing much. So Worf's is going to come out with Outrider and Dash to Kessel. That's going to give Vic some extra activation too, and
But
Vic's,
but Worf's is gonna flip.
he is going to flip. He's probably going to come down with a second smuggler.
I'll go fix their.
Hopefully.
yeah, it's,
And it looks like Vic has 3 ships in this deck. Slave
Okay.
1, Executor, and the personal shuttle.
Well, that's interesting. So Worf just moves the Falcon. He then moves Luke as well.
yeah, he's running away from Maul. That's
I mean, obviously he doesn't have an answer for
Yeah.
Maul's lightsabers if he's moving away.
Well, I think he. Okay.
Yeah, he did move to the docking bay. So, right now, Chris is set up for drains of 3 and 2 unless Vic chases him. Vic will be draining for 2 with the Cantina. And Vic, remember, has a big hand, and he's got a lot of characters in there.
Yeah.
So he's got some things he can do there.
Yes, that is Kessel where Worfs has his 2 ships. He's got Dash and the Outrider, Talon, and Captain Han on the Falcon.
I think we probably want to see Vic go to space. He can probably go to Tatooine at this time, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
for the drain of 2. He could get Ominous out.
He could get Ominous. He could actually just try and set up his flip. And once he flips, he doesn't care. Like,
Right.
Chris is only going to be drawing 1 Destiny.
Well, I don't see an established secret base in here. So he's not going to be flipping.
Yeah, establish control.
Oh.
So he's just
No,
playing
he's
the
not
Ominous for the drain +2.
Okay.
He's
so-
really using this as a platform for, it seems, Forlom. He has a lot of ways to pull activation with the prison and
That's interesting that he's not.
The holotable. That is interesting.
This is not a 12-card EOPS. It is in any methods necessary. And Dan, you indicated he started Slave 1 in FET, and he got dealt with Forlom. So he has the prison automatically. He got dealt with Forlom to get some cycling out going with him.
I'm just kind of looking at his hand.
Is that Jerry?
Vic only has 1 ship in hand, as far as
In his
I know.
hand.
Okay, so if he's got 1 ship, it's the Boba Fett. That's
It's
what it
the
looks like
slave.
there.
Yeah, it's what he's had all game.
Yeah, he just kind of fanned his hand. I didn't see any other ships. Lots of characters.
The only other ship he has is Executor.
Well, he's
And
got the Emperor's
personal
shuttle.
Oh, this
I
shuttle.
didn't see that in his hand.
Oh, there it is. I didn't see it on the list.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be able to flip to limit him to 1 battle destiny because
No.
he doesn't play established, which I'm not really sure why. I mean, all you have to do is occupy the bunker. You can, I mean, even do something as simple as to play Oslo to the bunker, move him out, put him on a ship, take off,
Exactly.
and you've got establish out. You use 2
Yeah.
to play Ominous, and you've got Ominous out. You're flipped. It's 1 card slot, and it does a pretty good deal of good for you, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, if he plays, even if he plays it without the space, you can, I mean, even with Ominous on the table, even if you're not running a lot of space, which he isn't,
Yeah.
you know, you still are getting the benefit of limiting them to 1 battle destiny.
Yeah,
That's,
you know what, and
that's how I play it.
He's
My
playing
interrupts.
3 masterful moves
Yeah.
in the holotable. Why not take out one of the masterful moves for an establish and take out the holotable for a 2/1 drain +1 site? That
yeah,
way you can flip.
The
you have
Dark
a site you
Forest
can actually drain
or
at.
the
Yeah,
Forest Clearing.
Forest clearing, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got enough ground characters that he can easily afford to do that.
Yeah.
That's something we can ask him about as far as deck building. I'm not
Definitely.
sure. If,
Well, I think it's also interesting because I'm looking at his deck list. He's running. He's running the Darth Vader with lightsaber over Choke Vader. Or Lord Vader. So he's
Yeah.
not getting. He's almost virtually no immunity with his characters, with the outside of Palpatine and Dooku.
I mean, it looks like he's basing a lot of his strategy on getting the Executor out and draining for +2 somewhere, probably at Fondor.
Fondor, yeah.
I don't think that's the best approach. It seems like he's putting all his eggs in that 1 Executor basket.
It could cost him the game.
Yeah.
And so we just saw, what is that? They win this round, come out. So Worfs, I think when he battles there, is going to be adding 1 to his battle destiny draws at the Cantina. And if he controls it, I think he retrieves 4 force.
Mm-hmm. So there's the secret plans coming out.
Wait. So what'd you say he was retrieving force with? Sorry.
They win this round. Is that what it is?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, it adds to the drain, but
But
Yeah, so the dark side drains are +1 there. Light side battle destiny draws are +1 there. And if light side controls, place the immediate effect in use pile to retrieve 4 force.
I also like the fact that it goes to the use pile.
Yeah, and you can do it all over again.
Yeah. But he's
And-
not. He hasn't pulled it. He hasn't done anything.
What do you mean?
Well, he can pull it with the.
Don't do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't have to. I mean, all he really has to do here, does he have a Hujix?
He does have the. I think he has
He's
the
a
Hujix
combo. Yeah. So No, that's a. Let's see. Yeah, Hujik's out of nowhere. He could even come down with just 2 guys, battle Maul, clear him, retrieve 4, lose the guys to, and I don't know. I mean, that may not be worth it, but it's not going to be hard for him to make up 4 cards with
No,
playing that.
no.
So Fed, Slave 1, and Oz will come down.
Yeah. To Tatooine, so at least you can draw the 2 Destiny there.
I mean, he's only playing 1 command, so he's kind of counting on hitting that command for his reserve deck pool.
And he's
with
only
Boba
playing
Fett.
1 short range combo.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of other interesting card choices here for Vic. Like, he's got a Circle is Now Complete in there.
Yeah.
He's just got the bridge out. I was just gonna say he's got 4 Weemops and a bridge, but we hadn't seen that till now.
Yeah, I think he had the. I don't know if he pulled it. I think he just had it in his hand for a while, or he drew into it. Because a little bit ago I saw him when he.
Looking at the
Saw it
list
in his
here,
hand.
it doesn't really seem like it seems like about a 55 card deck. It's like he's missing some key things, I think,
Yeah.
and I'm not really noticing the good cards that he's put in
Yeah.
for not having that stuff.
Like I'm really questioning the Grand Admiral Thrawn over the new General Thrawn.
Yeah, I think it's simply he is
I
only
think-
playing 1 command, and
Yeah.
wants the extra battle destiny in space on the Executor. It's an easy way to get it. It's 1 card to get an extra battle
And
instead of.
especially with him not being able to flip. I don't know. Like,
It's an interesting play for sure.
I mean,
It's a little different, as Joe Olson would say.
the Joe Olson, who is currently 6-0. I mean, that's something actually that I found interesting. Looking at the standings right now, there's a lot of not the same people that we've seen in the top 8s right now who are that close. I mean, yes, we have the Johnny Chews, the Emils.
I mean, I think everybody that's 5-1 or better is the usual suspects: Joe Olson, Tom Haig, Greg Shaw, Ryan Jellison, Chris Kelly, Justin Desai.
Chris
Emma
Kelly
Warren.
is.
Chris Kelly's had a great year. Chris
he,
Kelly's
he has.
he's been on fire. and-
He was terrified though. I'm roommates. I'm staying with him, and he was just like going back and forth. Didn't know what dark side he was gonna play. Like,
yeah.
I
he's
talked
just
to him about his dark side
and,
deck,
and
too.
this morning he was just like, yeah, he thought he was gonna either like completely choke and scrub out, but he's doing
He's
good so
rewarding
far.
everyone that picked him in their fantasy teams. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people saw that he went 7-1 at nationals and won nationals.
I picked him.
You guys both picked him.
Yeah.
And he's rewarding you guys for the
Yeah.
faith.
But like last night, we actually sat down. He brought out an Agents deck, and I threw my throne room against him. And for a while, I was just being able to do a lot to him. But
Just got a PM from Bastion,
Wow.
Oh wow.
and you know that it's like 3 to 4 in the morning,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I guess it is.
maybe 2.
3:15, I think.
so,
Did he though, Jared? Did he really? Oh, about Chris Kelly. We're just saying, like, just talking about it. He wasn't yesterday. He wasn't sure about the dark side deck that he was going to play. So
yeah,
it's been working for him today. That's for sure.
yeah.
Oh, there's Bastion now.
All right, so yeah, Zlurfic Bastion says he just texted Hayes, promised to give us a win and in, lose and you're out match. Is that true, Hayes?
I'm gonna do my best to
All right.
find
Okay,
He's
here
going
we
to do
go.
it. So yeah, we wanted to give matchups all day that, first of all, were people that we hadn't
2:15.
seen before,
Yeah.
so different people, and I think everyone's been from the top tables. You know, someone that's still in contention
These
for
guys are both 4-2.
right. So one of these
We're-
guys
we're-
that wins
we
is
have
going to
to
be playing for
retrieve
day
with-
3 next
Yeah.
game. So
With-
So you ever seen
And
the bubble then the very
With the
top
fact that
Oh.
Worf just threw down shoot with his bowcaster,
right.
so I'm
Do-
thinking he's going to battle. I mean,
Does he
does
have to?
the Hurjinx.
Does he have to control to get the retrieval?
he
from
does, but Chewie's going to kill Maul.
Maul? Yeah.
Unless he misses and for some reason Vic decides not to draw Battle Destiny, and Maul or hit Chewie, or rather he doesn't choose to swing at Chewie. So-
I'm glad to hear that you're not sleeping over there, Mike Jim.
Hasn't played a clash yet. No.
Okay, so
Worfs has a clash.
he's going
Does
to
work
cancel
best.
Maul's game text with Lando.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot Maul.
Oh,
Wow.
nice move.
That's-
nice
yeah.
move.
He doesn't even need the Gick then.
No.
No.
If he can get one more smuggler down, he'll make sure that he can add a battle destiny next turn as well.
Well,
But-
he won't. Well, yeah.
Because he'll lose someone to attrition. But it's
No, he's not playing barriers. His deck is. We're pretty sure that Vic, unfortunately, is missing like 5 or 6 good cards.
Yeah.
So we have Bill Kafer behind us who said that this does sound like it's a Vic deck, that he's missing the 5 or 6 good cards.
That he needs to really like make the deck click. Gift. Ooh, and it's a hit.
yeah, so that's enough to
that's-
hit Maul. So right now we have Werfs with a 9 power and 2 destinies versus Maul, which is a 7
7,
and 1
yeah.
destiny, and he's 4 for 0. So as long as Chris draws pretty well, he's going to force out the Gick. And
But does Vic have the
actually, he's going to force out the Gick no matter what, because his destiny draws are +1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pulled the Gick earlier with the Masterful
Yeah,
Move.
he did.
That's right.
And then he's going to retrieve 4, including the Tunnel Vision that he just played. So there's a 5 and a 4. So those are actually going to be a 6
Boom.
and a 5.
Okay,
And-
well,
Well,
is he playing it
He
used or
just
lost?
he just drew the Clues Call.
Was that his destiny?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yep,
yeah.
that was his destiny. Okay.
There's no point in playing it. He's got the
No.
Gick.
Yep, there it
There's the
is.
Gick. So,
Lose Lando, then retrieve.
4-2? 5-1, I think. 5-1?
yeah,
He was in the top 8. Yeah, going into this last
that's true. Bastion said that he's power 11 because of the Cantina.
Yeah, so he gets each of his aliens is power +1.
So, yep, yeah,
Um,
he's retrieving the
1,
4.
2, 3, 4.
But it's the Gick came out
Lando.
anyway, so
Tunnel, Obi,
getting all
and
his cards
what was
back.
the 4th one? I didn't see. It was a character.
Les Leesom.
Okay.
Leslomi.
Let's Lomi.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
we go. Sorry.
Alright, cool, that's a card.
Y-
I wanna
yeah.
grab it, but I know you're playing more doomed and it could be worse.
Thank you, Bastion, on that correction with the Cantina.
Go ahead and shoot my guy during the control phase. Go ahead and exclude my friggin' Starfighter.
Prolonging the inevitable. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a grind of a game, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, Vic is going to be force training for 2 next turn. Outside of that,
Scott, I'll be happy about that. Always a good day. I think that was a Robbie's dream match post. Okay, just going to Scott.
so
Oh, yeah.
There was a Bill Greg in
so Reed basically didn't feel like he wanted to travel out here. A lot of the Pittsburgh players were thinking that they didn't want to fly, and Reed didn't want to drive by himself, so he was just like, "I'm not going this year."
Is Reed afraid of planes? Does he only drive places?
Yeah, Reed's
I don't know
a
if he's
l-
afraid of planes.
he just hates flying. Reed really hates flying. He had a bad experience going out to SoCal one year, but that's understandable. It's SoCal.
The effect you have on the sleeves there.
Well, it's because they have like
Yeah.
really
I don't know what that is.
explicit
we-
sleeves.
we-
Pretty sweet.
Oh, they do that. Like if you were standing there looking at the
Yeah.
table, they're like
it's kind of funny
like
because
pixelated
Reed,
like
a
that.
lot of people picked Reed. A lot of people.
I didn't.
So what Vic's doing, and the reason
Oh.
why I was just wondering, like, is he ever planning on getting Ominous Rumors out? The answer is no, because he's just been forwarming it every single turn and pulling it in his control phase. So he's getting a card advantage of 1 every other
Maybe
turn.
that's why he's playing the.
Yeah,
Ominous
it's not that efficient. I mean, if you want to do something like that, I think Bring 'em Before Me is a better platform because you can just pull Force Lightning every turn with Emperor,
Yeah.
and you may not start with as much activation, but you know,
That's a bonus.
I don't think he's wasting so many cards here. So like he's got the objective that's not doing anything for him. He's got the bunker, which is barely doing anything for him. The ominous is nothing. I mean, he's never
Well,
going to play
he
it.
did just get the Gick back, which
Yeah, ominous should be doing something, but I think he's just cycling it, and I don't know if he ever plans on even playing it. We got a Vader coming out against Chewie and Luke, and he's going to need that Gick probably that he just no escaped.
yeah,
Unless he's probably going to come down with someone else here as well. But
probably. Now my question is, do you swing at Luke or do you swing at Chewie?
I mean, I think you have to swing at Luke, otherwise what are you doing? You know, like if you swing at Chewie, Luke's going to survive the attrition unless you draw a
Yes,
6.
yeah.
So I think you only come down here if you're planning on swinging at Luke.
Yeah.
And of course, at this time, Werfs could very likely have the Jedi's concentration back.
Oh, first strike. Okay.
Okay,
I thought I saw that in his
bit of a
hand.
dodge.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he has the dodge yet.
Just aim high.
Don't learn from Scott.
He's got Clash.
Couple
Looks like he's
characters.
a Hojinks as well.
The first official 3
The Hujix out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So Vic retrieved the Maul, it looked like. And Chris loses a Boss Nest Chambers
0
off the top.
top.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that.
All right, so there's a 7 total, and that's not going to be good enough.
Unless he swung at Chewie, but I doubt it. No, no.
No.
Reed did not want to.
Oh.
Man, he had 2 zeros
4.
there.
Yeah, but no. The reason Reed did not show up is because he does not want another second place trophy. But he draws a 5 and a 2 for Destiny. Oh, but he,
That
That
does,
was
he does
a
hit
that was a
Vader.
second weapon.
Yeah.
So yeah, he hit him now. There's a 5 destiny for Vic,
But
and Werfs gets a 1.
One.
so he's got a 2.
2 total battle destiny.
So he's power 16.
17
Yeah.
because the Cantina.
Yeah.
17 to
11.
11.
11. He drew a 5. Yeah. So there's the other
There's-
kick
There's-
again.
There's Geeky. Yep.
I don't know what Vic was hoping to accomplish. I mean, there's so many ways that Chris could get out of Luke getting hit by the saber. It just seems like
Is that
an
another
awful-
Luke in his hand, or is?
He
Yeah,
does have the little.
he's had
Luke.
another Luke in his hand
he has,
for a
he
while.
has no real way of getting the saber back, but because he hasn't played his crash site yet.
And he's not playing like my father.
He is.
He is, but he
Oh.
doesn't have 2 sabers.
Yeah, he only
Oh.
has. It looks like he only has the one because I think
make
he's
sure,
betting
actually.
on the crash site memorial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just a desperation play by Vic. If you can
Yeah.
clear Luke, maybe you can claw back in it. But he's just spent too many resources, battling over the Cantina with nothing to show for it.
Yeah. And it looks
That's
like
a
he's
Jedi
only got-
Jer move right there. I tell you what.
I mean, he does have 2 more Mauls. He does have another Vader, so
He-
That's a Jedi Jeremy move I ever saw.
Yeah, like throwing down stuff like battling.
right now.
with nothing to show for it. Yeah, that's
I did a lot of that today.
And that's on them, not on stream.
so I think Vic's losing to the Drain at Kessel. So he's got Drain is 3s and 3s.
Yeah.
You push on stream gaming, we'll commentate.
So
I think we're
there's
gonna
his
go
one
for,
in
uh,
command.
You're gonna go for
Like a win and in, yeah.
I'm wondering if Shaw's gonna be that winner in.
don't know.
So do we have any updates from the inside?
What do you want?
See who won.
Can you take that, mark it up with winners?
I was the
Oh, did
first
you-
one to circle things, so.
Did you drop?
No, I'm still
What's your record?
3-4, so I will drop probably.
Play it out.
All right, so Obi-Wan comes down to the Cantina as well. We saw him draw the saber last turn.
So that's one way of getting the saber or the Luke saber back.
Yeah, Obi-Wan can get it back.
Yeah. So wait, he has Obi-Wan saber too.
Yeah, Obi-Wan saber, I saw he drew it for Destiny last turn. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's in his deck. He doesn't have it out.
Well, he just played the Gift of the Mentor, which is so trap the saber.
Yeah. That'll help you find it. It won't help you get it back, though. Like you said,
True.
you need the Crash Site Memorial. So, some good Destinies in his deck. The Phantom Menace that he could have used earlier. All right, so we've got some updates. Jeremy,
Okay, Salucci beat Bill. Jake Nilsson beat Brian Mishke. Well, yeah. Cal Aldred beat Steve Skilton. Corey Lauer beats Matt Scott. Tim Culver beats Ming Ho. Sam Olson beats Nick Reich. And Gogolin over Scott Lingrell.
so
Like Lenny won over Kessling too.
Yeah.
interesting. Corey beat Matt Scott. That was going to be the feature match before, so
That's true. That's right.
that would have been a very short feature match had
Yeah.
we put
Yeah.
those guys on there.
So we really don't know how many 5 and 3s. We're thinking at least one will make it. It might be 2.
Yeah, I think one.
After game
we'll
6,
see.
going into
So
this,
Lenny won.
Oh, and
Lenny beat Kessling.
Lenny beat Kessling.
That was a bubble kind of match.
Yeah, that was definitely
And
a
it
big
looks like,
bubble match.
Desai's going to beat Chris Kelly.
Really?
If I had to project. If I were 5'3", 8, I would project that Desai win.
So we're seeing another EPP Vader come down to the Cantina.
Which is he's only got 2 in the deck.
Yeah, this seems futile. I'm not sure the end game here for Vic.
Like,
You think he's maybe just trying to retrieve with the first strike at this point?
yeah, just like that.
I'm listening to Bill's terrible jokes here.
Be grateful you're not here listening to him with us.
so great. I don't know if you guys caught it.
We love you, Bill. We do.
Nobody does.
Oh, come on.
Cam would appreciate that kind of joke, but Cam is.
Cam's not
I
here.
don't know if
Cam's
Cam
not
can
even
hear.
paying attention at this point. Where is Cam?
I hedged. Yeah.
Oh, you missed my little different comment earlier. Yeah. I
So he is back.
yeah, when you were talking about Vic's deck.
He is
No,
trying
it's-
to circle
It's not quite.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and
Is
it's,
he?
it's automatic.
He is-
So unless
just circled him,
Werfs
yeah.
has like a dual canceling card, which I don't think he does.
Yep, but there
The
goes
concentration. but-
Concentration, yeah.
Obi. But it's not there. He doesn't have it.
He didn't have it. I
Oh.
mean, that would just mean that Vic has to lose 4,
Well,
Yeah.
that's a clash.
which
right
is
there.
at this point. I mean, you might as well. It's
Yeah.
probably worth it.
Are you familiar with like Magic, Hearthstone, anything
Well,
like that?
I mean, I don't know how it works, but I'm familiar. I get it.
Similar to Magic, Star Wars though.
So he didn't battle either. He
Who's the
just
strongest?
wanted to get rid of
Uh,
Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
probably.
So I think we have the.
You have to power them up and stuff.
I think we have the
gets a
groom for the
lightsaber.
wedding. behind us. The groom for the wedding.
I can't.
Yeah, so they're all playing in there, and we're just shading the stream so that we go on Twitch.
So
Oh, you're good, man. You're
Vic just lost 3 to Drain, so lost 2 Phantom Menaces, it looked like. So much for drawing good destinies ever.
Let's go get fancy.
Um,
I gotta put my shirt upstairs.
so there was no battle last turn because Luke
But-
clashed Vader, which
But
is
he's now
why
trying
he's
to
upside
sorry
down.
combo the Vader off.
Did you
So-
win? Justin Desai also won.
Yeah, 5
So Justin Desai beats Chris Kelly.
Oh, I haven't seen him. At least I haven't.
Who?
Chew.
Choose in there.
He's still inside,
So
yeah.
as an update, Justin Desai did beat Chris Kelly.
Straight from the horse's mouth. Lenny, you won? We heard you won, but
Yeah.
okay. We're just trying to get the right info out to everybody.
Yeah, listen. Don't
Okay,
doubt
so Werfs is now starting to spread out. He's throwing 2 smugglers down. Okay, so he's moving away from the.
5-2.
Werfs actually just moved away from the canteen.
Ran away.
Yeah.
So
That's an interesting move.
Yeah. I mean, he's now has 2 smugglers down at the docking bay. So,
Yeah.
but the other reason that there was no battle that turn, Werfs actually was able to clash. Vader.
Clashed Vader, yeah.
But yeah, he then tries to sorry about the mess on Vader during this control phase, but misses. So, which is kind of interesting. He,
this is Chris Werfs and Vic Bali. It's written at the top and the bottom of the screen, Mr. Baroni.
oh, is that the Baroni?
Chew on.
Chew wins.
So
Okay, so Johnny Chu won.
beat.
He beat Ryan Jellison.
Ryan Jellison. Oh, boy.
So that is probably gonna. Let's see what that does for the
So
standings.
now Ryan Jellison is,
Oh, that one right there.
I believe he is 5-2.
Yeah, that
Jellison's
puts
5
Jellison
and
at
2.
5 and 2. Choose at 6 and 1.
Yeah.
So Chu's got 6 wins. Joe's got 6 wins.
Justin has 6
Justin
wins.
has 6 wins.
And Justin beat Chris Kelly, so Chris Kelly and Ryan Jellison are now both on the bubble.
Yeah, they both got 5.
And the nice thing, so looking at the listings, Justin and Chu could not play. Ryan and Chris Kelly could not play.
So, yeah, I had Hayde.
All right, so Vic's
Chris
making his move here.
Kelly,
Sorry, Jeremy.
and Wallen from my Spanish City,
Vic's
yeah.
going to space again. He's got Emperor's personal shuttle with Emperor and another pilot up to Endor.
Did he
so-
have? Oh yeah, that's right. He did have a shuttle.
Yeah, he still has the shuttle. He still has the Executor, but I don't think he's ever going to have enough force for that.
No, obviously.
So at this point, he's at least draining for free 2, 2, and 2 everywhere if he's allowed. He's got Dooku
Well,
out now.
But
That's
that- I mean,
only a
that would
drain
be
of 1, though.
The Desai and Hayde have already. Well, actually, yes, they might be able to switch sides because is
Did Tom Haid win?
I'm not sure yet, but no, they won't be able to play. They played the same side this turn.
Everyone not KTOD.
Well, that's because Reed Smith's not here.
Ooh. Let's see.
Take care, Baroni. So,
Emil wins. Okay.
Emil wins
Emma Wallen
versus
beat Joe Olson, so there are no more undefeateds, and that puts Emil at 6 wins as well.
So now the 5 and 2s are actually looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Tom
definitely.
Haid.
Well, I don't know about that actually. I think that probably
So-
hurts the 5 and 2s because you've got
So you want
you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys right now that have 6 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's 4.
They might be able to all play each other. I'd have
Yeah.
to do some looking, evaluating with the pairings.
He's probably gonna win. He's probably gonna beat Greg.
Actually, so the ones that have 6 wins right now
Yeah,
are
I
Emil,
agree with you,
Joe,
Bastion.
Justin,
that
and
Chris
Johnny.
Westergaard, Johnny Chu matchup was really good to watch.
I wish I could have watched it.
But apparently, Mr. Westergaard is currently 3 and 3. So
Had a strong start.
yeah, he went from playing Johnny Chu to Emil.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's rough.
that's rough. So I mean, that does give him a nice big strength of schedule. He's actually got right now. So he's got a 44 for strength of schedule, so that actually helps him out there. And as for the threes and the 3 and 3s, he's the best 3 and 3. So he actually has a little bit of a chance, just because not a lot of people above him in the 8s have that high of a strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
So
long shot though.
It
It
is.
is a long shot, but there's some possibility.
It depends on how this game goes.
Yeah,
Definitely depends on how.
and
All right, so Werf's just going to consolidate, block some drains. He's got Luke and a couple smugglers going to the cantina in front of Vader. I suspect he might move a ship or 2 in front of Endor.
yeah. Well, I think he's got Grand Moff Tarkin on the
Yeah, which is
Emperor's
good,
shuttle.
good
Is that
for
it?
3 destinies. So maybe he just goes to Tatooine. Yeah, he does. He goes to Tatooine.
Yeah.
Yes, Sebastian. Yeah, that is actually correct. We there will be another 6 and 1 player after this, because Shaw and Shaw hasn't. We haven't reported from Shaw yet.
Right. Sean
Or Tom
Haid
Haid.
are both
So-
5
They're
and
both 5.
1.
Yeah, so they're both 5 and 1.
Definitely going to be an interesting top 8, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of the usual suspects. I
Yeah.
think we
Actually,
might
you know
get
what?
1 or 2
Greg
people
Shaw's
sneak
actually
in.
playing court today.
Oh,
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I thought he said he was playing IE.
No. I know Tom is, but I'm pretty sure
I have a
Shaw's
checklist,
playing
so I can
court.
check it.
I think he might be the only top 8 player who's playing court. Everybody else is playing EOPS.
There it is.
No, sorry. Greg Shaw is playing Imperial Entanglements.
He is playing Entanglements.
Oh.
Same deck he played
Oh,
at
that's
Nationals
right,
with a
yeah.
few changes.
Yeah,
Which is
same
kind of
deck he played
interesting.
at
I
Nationals.
mean, with General Leia, everybody said that deck was essentially dead, but
No, I mean, I don't think it killed IE. I think it was intended, from a design perspective, to kind of knock it down a little bit,
yeah.
keep it in control. But IE's still a very good deck, especially someone like Greg who's been playing it for a long time.
True.
I mean, it's certainly not out. I mean, we haven't seen very many people play it. We've seen more people playing Endor Ops, obviously, but there's nothing wrong with IE still. It's
I think
still a
people
strong deck.
were really gun shy
You
about
were
it
on,
because of the
Dragon
changes.
Con.
Yeah, that's true, and I think that's probably the same thing.
Okay, so Bill Kafer, our man on the inside, is projecting Tom Haid to beat
Also
Greg Shaw.
projecting Corpster to win.
Projecting, I don't need your projections, Bill.
And Tom Kelly to win.
This is a game, not an election.
It's 5-3 projection.
Well, elections don't work in America anymore.
I think Tom will get there on time.
And we have Justin Desai sneaking over. Justin Desai, who is 6 and 1 at this point. So I'm pretty sure Justin Desai is going to be making the top 8. How do you feel about that?
Again. Yeah.
There's only one way to stop. What is pairs in the first round last year? Mike's on the thing.
Mike
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 hasn't-
Gem, he left for a little bit.
Stevie was here.
He's been in here.
So they work at a bar on the Cape,
Both of them together?
beach bar. Yeah. Yeah, Steve runs it, and like Mike just did it for like summer job.
Okay.
Oh.
They had Twitch up at the bar. 'Cause
Oh,
a bunch
nice.
of, like no one was really there. It was like a couple people, and they just had it like on like a hotel bar.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
Pretty nice.
awesome.
So yeah, Justin's telling us that Steve Baroni and Mike Jem were working in a bar
Yeah.
and got the Twitch stream up there for everyone there to watch. That's pretty cool.
During the slow lunchtime.
So we
Fun
see
stuff.
Vic come out with Maul again. He's running away with Vader. We do have Resistance out, so he's just taking a drain of 2 at Cantina.
But now
He's
he's
gonna-
consolidating to Tatooine.
We gotta let Justin know. Justin, you got a shout out from Bastion.
Bastion's currently watching.
So he's just stacked all of his ships Vic did at Tatooine.
Yeah.
And put a period in between yeah and right.
Yeah, right.
Uh-oh.
What did you do?
What did I do?
You opened up.
The new tab, that's all.
Okay, so Vikram's actually just running away from the cantina. I mean, he's only gonna be draining for 2. So,
Chris, did you win?
coffee.
Chris Kelly lost.
Who'd you?
Chris Kelly
Who'd you?
lost.
Oh, you pushed.
Oh yeah, you
leave
already told us
aside?
that. All right,
Just sign.
my bad.
Yeah. Thank you. That's no bueno.
That looks like Justin decides shields.
I won.
Someone
You
want to run this in, see if that's
Adam?
Justin's?
Nice man. Keep
It
it up.
came from Chris Kelly, so it probably is. Right?
So
Chris,
Adam Schellberg beat his mentor Mark
Chris handed that
Walseth.
to you?
Not a very nice
some
thing to do
random
to your
guy.
mentor on the
Oh.
day that he's inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
did
really
you guys announce that
disappointing. I didn't know
earlier?
it was
Mark
Jim.
Walseth inducted
Yes,
into the Hall
yes,
of Fame.
we did
Okay,
announce that
good.
Mark Wilson is the latest induction into the Hall of Fame. We will definitely have to tell Chris Kelly to stop ignoring him. He had to go.
He walked away. He's down the hall.
He walked away because he had a little accident with his coffee. He didn't want to embarrass himself on the Twitch with everybody seeing that he spilled coffee all over his crotch.
So interesting, I just realized this. This is completely irrelevant, and I only find this entertaining. Looking for deck list, if you're playing with the Euro, you find the paper that's longer
Ah,
because the European paper is longer. So if we look at this.
the
we've
ones
got,
that printed it, if they
we've got
printed it out
Emil's deck
before
list.
they came,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then we've got Menzel's deck lists. I find this entertaining. I don't know.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, they print on like the A4.
Yeah, those
Paper.
Europeans, with their long paper,
Yep.
wasting paper. They just killed an extra tree with that extra inch of paper on the end
Half
of it.
an
Really?
inch or something. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Well, Europeans recycle everything, though.
I don't know. They can't recycle it here. Americans don't recycle. So they brought the paper here.
What is this? Donald Trump's America now?
I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean, let's not bring politics into this. I'm just talking about recycling.
You hear that, everyone?
So
Matt
Werfs is just
Caroli
drawing.
supports Donald Trump. He does not like the world. He hates trees.
I don't know what he's talking about anymore. So Werfs is just drawing up. He's not battling.
He's pretty much got this game on.
He's content. He drained for 2 of the Cantina this turn. He's facing drains of 1 and 1 at the sites. So he is way ahead, life force wise. He's got 2 of his smugglers now at the security tower. So he's draining for 2 more over there.
I was gonna say, how did he get the?
I think
Nabrin.
Nabrin, yeah.
Nabrin?
Because he does not play K2SO, who's the only spy that you're able to cheaply play and watch your step if you don't have Suns down.
Vic,
Ooh,
top
that's
deck
true.
of Executor.
Yeah, he did.
It's too late for Executor anyway.
So Vic is now out of ships.
He's,
I mean, he has to battle here. Hopefully clear a couple pilots. And if so, then he
So-
can probably get a drain of 2 and 2 in next turn. It's
Yeah.
at least 1 drain of 2 in space.
We got a little bit of a situation. I just noticed that Vic's Emperor. What's wrong with it?
Sideways. What's wrong with it?
No. It's a different picture.
is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's just.
That's the picture.
Yeah, that's right. It's good. It's just the glare. It's just the glare of it. It makes it look off.
All right, so looks like they're counting up some power just to kind of give Vic some more information if he wants to battle there or not. I mean, I think he has to battle there. He's getting an extra destiny for Fett, an extra destiny for Tarkin, an extra destiny for Palpatine.
So he's getting the 4 destinies.
He's going to get 4. He's got some forfeit fodder with Ozzel.
And
Might have the
Well-
Imp Command finally. I mean, it's.
no, he lost that a while ago.
Did he lose the Imp
He
Command?
did lose the Imp Command.
All right, so he's going to pay
But-
1 to fight.
He's got to pay 1 to fight, but he's going to retrieve 1. Worf's is going to lose 1. And, I mean, Worf's is getting 3 destiny. And aren't his smugglers forfeit +2?
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's still got
Lando.
a lot.
Lando off the force pile. I'm not sure who that is. Apologize for the obscenity. I don't know what's going on with that one. All right, so
Ooh.
Werfs is going to play
He's
the moving
playing-
to attack position.
But on the question, which ship?
Probably on the Falcon, just to make sure that it survives. Because, like, theoretically, if Vic draws, like, 3 5s or 4 5s or something
Yeah,
like that,
sure.
you don't want to have to lose everyone. I mean, you'll just lose
Yeah.
Dash in the Outrider, most likely.
Yeah.
So he's going to probably play it on the Falcon. Unless he wants to play it on Outrider for the extra 2 to power, so he could subtract 8 instead of 6. So, yeah, there's his destinies. Like, we saw that.
Yeah.
6, what was
Yeah.
that? 6, 5, 6, and 6 or something
And
like
one.
that?
Werfs is drawing a 1
And a
5.
5.
And shouldn't he get 1 more?
He should. He's probably
yeah.
going to spin.
Yeah.
Yep, he
Okay,
just
so
spun
there's
for
the
a
spin.
6. So that's a 12 total
12.
for Werfs. That's at least an 18 total for Vic.
True.
All right, so Vic's facing 12 attrition. I'm guessing that's going to be Emperor and Ozzel.
Well, I think he threw away the Emperor and his shuttle. So Emperor, shuttle, and
Tarkin was on that too, though.
yeah.
I don't think he's going to lose all 3 of them.
Well, no, he did throw away the shuttle because it is in his lost. Well, no, it's not in his lost pile.
He just
Well,
set
yeah,
it aside
Vic
right
has
now.
to lose first, though.
No, yeah, Vic has to lose first. He's still thinking about it.
I mean, we know that Werfs has thrown away the Outrider. So
He loses Tarkin.
Tarkin and the Emperor.
I don't think you want to lose Tarkin here. Although if you lose Ozzel and Emperor, then Tarkin doesn't get to add anymore.
Right.
So maybe,
That's a tough,
yeah,
tough
it's
spot
tough.
to be
Yeah,
in.
I mean, if he loses the Emperor, he's losing his battle destiny,
Yep.
and he doesn't. Yeah, he's not in a good situation here. He's not going
No.
to get the battle destinies that he wants next turn because if he has to lose the Emperor, or he's going to lose 3 guys.
Maybe with
Yeah.
some more circles on your paper.
Yeah.
Yes.
What have we got?
Go paper is back now with some more
Brian
updates.
Fred lost. Where was he?
Oh.
at?
Phil.
All right, so
So
Phil Asen beat Brian Fred.
so that
Greg Shaw lost.
so
Greg
Brian Fred-
loses.
Tom Haig.
Tom Haid pulls off the win.
So Tom Haid has beat
Greg Shaw.
Greg Shaw.
Reasonably certain that
Phil
Matt Scott
Anson
lost.
has beaten Brian
You don't
Fred.
have that
So
circle yet.
Phil Anson is now
You got that circle.
good.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, so it looks like he ended up losing Tarkin.
It looks like he lost Tarkin and Ozzel.
I
So
don't.
he's still getting 2
I don't-
destiny
Yep.
though.
No, it was Tarkin and Fett he lost
Yeah, he lost Fett.
because
That's interesting.
Ozzel wouldn't have covered it. So he's going to have 2 battle destinies now because Emperor still adds 1 on the shuttle.
No, no, he'll get 1 destiny.
Well, he's a Tatooine system, so he can't. No, he's fine. He's going to get 2.
No, he gets 1. He gets 1 because
You guys.
he gets only 1 because Ozzel doesn't draw destiny. He doesn't have the ability.
No, he's got enough ability because the
Oh,
shuttle
that's
has
right,
a
'cause
permanent
the shuttle
pilot.
is a permanent pilot. I always forget that.
I forget lots of things, so who am I to talk?
All right, so Werfs did play the moving to attack on the Falcon, so he just has to lose dash in the Outrider.
Oh, that's right. So my question is,
I think they
why,
just.
why
I think
did
they
he,
just.
Why did he lose anything on the Emperor shuttle? Because it is immune to attrition.
Well, he has to lose 12 attrition.
He could have just lost Fett in those.
He would have to lose Fett, Ozzel,
Ozzel.
and Slave 1.
So
I think they just called it, though.
Yeah.
Because they're cleaning up now. I
Yeah.
don't think Vic had a way.
no.
No.
I mean-
So yeah, it looks like that is the end of this game. So we'll see about getting some interviews,
Yeah.
and then have Matt do some interviews with the players.
So, yeah, I mean, next turn, Werfs has got the moving to attack
gonna be
position in his
draining.
lost pile. So he can just battle again, make the Falcon immune again. In fact, it doesn't look like Vic even played. Oh, he did play the Watcher Step Shield. There, it is over there.
Yeah.
So we've got some of the results in. All right. Jeremy's going to try to fill out the holes we have. Okay, good. Queso confirms we're going to have a couple interviews here. Werfs and Vic hopefully going to join us both. They both going to come?
Yeah, they're both.
All right, they're both going to come. Bastion, to your question about light side winning, I'd have to look more in depth. I don't remember specifically.
Werfs, winner.
Yeah, all right. Werfs,
Grab a headset, or you can just.
you won't hear anything,
Okay.
but we need the mic. So,
Okay. This is hot off the printer.
okay, so we've got updated standings. Let's talk to Chris here first about the win. At first, when I saw it, I was thinking he's going to be flipping and limiting you to one. So yeah, let's.
He was just using the ominous rumors to cycle cards.
Right, we figured that out about halfway through when he pulled it again, and we were like, oh, so he's not even going to get the drain +2 from it.
Right.
I mean, how do you feel? Like at first, you're probably not liking the matchup, but then afterwards,
And then I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I got beat by Endor Ops earlier, the Walker one.
flipping.
Walker flipping.
Yeah. They win this round. Pretty good. That worked for you.
That was awesome.
Has that been a good card today?
Which one? Oh, they win this round? That was the first time I got to play it.
First,
Well,
okay.
First time I successfully retrieved.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it
That
turned
was
out pretty
huge.
good for you. Yeah, it was.
A really lucky first battle that I happen to have like concentration and the I have you now canceller.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Oh, we didn't actually catch the I Have You Now canceller.
Yeah.
So-
we played a have you now and I played a cancer.
Okay, that's which cancel was it? Hear Me Baby? All right, yeah. So we missed that part completely because we were kind of
fast or something. Yeah.
we were questioning, you know, from his perspective, he has to think you have answers to Maul, you know, whether it's like the concentration or a dodge or a
I think
deflect.
concentration is unusual on Watcher stuff though.
A little bit. I've seen it here and there, but you're right. It's less common than like
You were
deflect.
thinking, there might be a deflection, but I'll still get through.
And the second
And
swing,
yes, I have you now. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you stop at train of 3?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense then. Seeing the I Have You Now come into play there. So the Crash Site Memorial, you only have one Luke's lightsaber, right?
Yeah.
And no
I
Walkling.
went early without having the Crash Site Memorial.
Yeah, so you were probably a little nervous when he
was
came down
very
because if you lose Luke, you lose a saber.
Yeah. And then you have to Obi for it.
Yeah,
That's your only
because Obi's your only way, right? We noticed that too. Has Crash Site been good for you today? I mean,
Been very good.
good. We played it in Throne Room like about a year ago with the NPC, and it was pretty good. So
I also have some tech with R2D2. I'm playing R2D2 to invade the bunker, and then if they kill it, it stacks on Crash Site Memorial. You do it again.
oh, okay.
It's a nice bonus.
So you have R2D2 in as well. Gotcha. So you do play a spy. Because we were thinking like the only spy you really had available to you was K2SO, but you don't play K2SO, so you play R2. Okay,
So it always comes back.
good, nice. That's good tech, Vic. So it was an interesting deck. We have pairings already. We're gonna make this quick because the next game's pairings going. But fixing Vic's mic. So
Test.
I didn't look like it was working down there.
Hello.
Vic, can you talk about this Endor Ops and why you chose to go with this version of cycling Ominous Rumors instead of trying to flip?
It's just a really good mains counter. You could start Emperor against Throne Room mains. The fact that you're always being aggressive and you could set up really like kind of concentrated systems against mains with Executor, Admiral. You've got a command. You've got the Fett Slave One, and you can put Ozzel on there. And you have the fully immune Emperor Shuttle. Means that you can kind of hold down a space presence and first strike, hit and run all game against mains, and that's really effective. And that also works very well against spread out decks, stuff like Diplo.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you good matchups in those spots. It can have kind of weird matchups in offbeat things, but for example, I played this to 4-0 at Nationals.
Oh, you
one
did?
card different.
Okay.
And
It seems like it's a lot of Highlander. Like you have one Imperial Command, just the
interrupt
one
package
shuttle.
is
You have
very
one Emperor, is that
Highlander.
right?
There's 3 Emperors.
Okay, you do have 3 Emperors.
2 Tarkins. I cut the second shuttle for a no escape today because I was finding I was running out of characters every once in a while.
Okay.
But yeah, it just draws really high destinies. Like it's a riff on the Justin Desai like hidden base deck back in right after the reset, where he would just play EPPs, hidden base for the activation package, and like stick a guy at Endor on a ship and hit and run all game. And it draws all 5s and 6s.
So you are 4-3 now, Chris. You're 5-2. So you win. You're probably in. You still have a shot. It's tough math. We have to look at the standings, but
I don't think
it's
there's any
possible.
chance.
I don't know if they will. Pairings. I gotta let you guys go because they did post the pairings. You've got Salucci, and you are playing Dark, and Vic, you are playing Light against Phil Asen.
Okay.
So I think you're paired up. Phil, I believe,
Makes
is
sense.
5-2 right now. So
Gotcha.
good luck in the last game, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Appreciate
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, folks.
Okay, just fix the pairings out there. So we're gonna get Chris Kelly.